What's up, everybody? So the next sign I would like to go through is the Leo IC, and that means that Leo rules your fourth house. And just a quick reminder, Leo is the sign of the performer, kings and queens, and the child. And it is a very bright, exuberant, joyful, expansive sign, and people love to be around them. On the dark side, though, it's very vain, conceited, and egotistical, which those are going to show up more if you have a Leo IC. And also very dramatic. So Leos love drama, whether they're creating it, they're watching it, the energy just loves to be around it. And what is at the focal point of drama? Attention. And this is lifeblood for a Leo IC, or the kind of the energy that you grew up around is that there is a lot of attention, and we'll get into it now. So in your home, attention was like almost like a currency. Either you didn't get enough of it, you were shamed for it, someone you had to fight for it, someone got more attention than you, and it could be your siblings, it could be your parents, it could be one parent, it could be both parents. In your home, though, attention was a big deal, and someone got the most of it, and it's usually a parent or both parents, because this is at the IC. Could be your siblings, though, just depends. But you, on the other hand, if you have this IC, you didn't get enough attention. And there was always drama in the household, and someone, was creating this drama or talking about it, and all the attention, the spotlight would all go to them. And one reason people love being around Leo energy is because they are the center of attention. They're very entertaining. And at times, it could be very entertaining in your household. But for the most part, there's like a desperation in the entertainment of like, this person needs that approval and that attention to really feel fulfilled. And Leo is also it's a very dramatic sign, so it's very emotional. So there could be a lot of like emotional outbursts in your home. Like you could have had emotional outbursts, but if you had them, they were like shut down or disapproved of in some sort of way, or shamed or looked down on. Whereas like if your parent had it, who was the one who was in the spotlight all the time, it was all about them, and you had to pay attention to them. And even if you were going through the same issues, it doesn't matter, because it really just matters about them, not you. So as a result of this, because you realized like you're not going to get this attention, subconsciously, you started to detach, and you started to become more like drawn away from, this type of environment. Maybe you didn't spend as much time at home because you're like, oh, I don't want to go into that right now. So you learned how to take yourself out of this and detach, and not really, feel as much in that way. So what then does happen, though, is because you have Leo here, Leo is a very joyful and exuberant sign. And so and they're great to be around. Like Leo energy is really fun to be around. So if you were with your friends or with people outside of the home, you would take this energy with you because you learned it from your parents, for better or for worse. And you would do things that gained attention. And they could come off as boastful or bragging or slightly dramatic, but you loved it when people gave you attention. You wouldn't show that you loved it, though, because you knew that if you showed that you loved it, people could mess with you as far as oh, well, they really like the attention. So you're just yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's cool. So interestingly enough, James Dean, Rebel Without a Cause, had this IC and MC, where it was just yeah, I don't really care. And that's kind of the persona you develop, is I don't really care. Yeah, I guess that was funny. And you start to like, love the attention inwardly, but you don't show it outwardly. If you do get close to a Leo IC, or that's a really good thing, because a Leo energy wants to give, and it's warm and it's affectionate. It also expects that back. But if you get close to a Leo IC, they will give so much to you, and they're wanting, you to give back to them, because they want that attention and that approval, and the affection that they didn't have in childhood. So when they get that back, especially in a relationship, that's like how, they start to become nurtured. They want that applause, they want that attention, and like they will let someone really close to them know how much it means to them, because Leo, the sign of the hearts, like they want that, and that fills them up. Now, what can happen though is that we go up to the MC in Aquarius. So Aquarius is the opposite sign of Leo. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. What's interesting about this is that if you look at the celebrities with this placement, they are very, very polarizing. And so like what tends to happen is that you want attention. And so you develop a new persona that is like, fuck it, I don't care, I'm gonna do whatever I want. And so the list of celebrities is like Miley Cyrus, Amy Winehouse, Gordon Ramsay, Tom Cruise, Will Smith, Mick Jagger. There's a lot of like, just, you either love them or you hate them type of energy with this MC. And these people develop these personas because it's just like, look at me, look at this, and I'm craving this attention. But they're not gonna show that necessarily. They're gonna come off as like really cool and like, I don't give a shit about anything, but deep down, like they're wanting that approval and that attention from every crazy like thing that they're doing. So Aquarius can be seen as like the weird sign. And these people can come off as weird. Just like the list to just imagine all those people, and it's like, yeah, they have a unique style to them. And so like, if you have this, what's really important is this idea of attention, and that you have to go back to giving attention to yourself. Because like what tends to happen is like you're seeking this attention outwardly because you wanted it from your parents, like in an outward sense. But where you have to now get it from to really feel fulfilled is that inward attention. So like doing anything Leo like self-expression of any kind, figuring out what it is you want to express. And usually it's going to be in your home, but it could be in any area of your life as well. But like really coming to terms with like, what do I want to express in my home, and like what color couch do I want? What type of silverware do I want? What type of cups do I want? What type of house do I want? Or an apartment, or whatever it is, or a townhouse. Do you want to live in like an RV and travel the country? It is up to you. Like your home is where you're going to be able to express the most. And when you're away from your parents, you can really start to see this. And like the question then becomes like, how, like self-care is really important here. Like, how do I care for myself? And really like, what does my heart want? Because Leo is the sign of the heart. Aquarius can be very cold and very detached and very removed. And it's not really a sign of like the heart or emotions or anything like that. And it's important to acknowledge like, this is what I find meaningful. This is what I find to be something that gives me joy, gives me hope, gives me fulfillment. And that's the attention I want to put into something. So figuring out what that is really important for a Leo IC. And it usually comes in the form of like, what do I want my home to look like? But when you do that, instead of like coming across as like this person that like, oh, I don't need any attention, like there's some vulnerability to this where you say like, I do need the attention. Like I do want that, but here's where I'm going to put my heart into. And where you can combine this is Aquarius also rules like humanitarian efforts. So figure out maybe like what means something to you humanitarian wise, and put your energy into that and put your heart into that, so that truly like people then start to see that your heart is in something and you're really giving yourself like from your heart, and your work is meaningful and from the heart, and everything you do can be seen from the heart. So like a lot of the celebrities I listed, sometimes you don't see, their heart in something unless you, really pay attention to what they're saying or what they're doing, and seeing like how much it means to them. For example, Tom Cruise like does mainly action movies now, and I think that's really where his heart is. It's in like giving audiences a big experience that he wanted to, as a kid, and now he has the power to do so. That's just, one example. But if you have this, like really like look at your hearts and look at, okay, what can I do to really find where I want to put, what I want to put my heart into. And as a result of that, you will be filled up, and others around you will feel the same when they're around you, that like you're filling your own cup with and giving attention to yourself, and really allowing that to be something that you can then just give. And that's where another one of Leo's like biggest qualities come from, is that like giving nature, where it's like it takes from itself what is so important and so meaningful to it, and then it shares it and it gives it, and it wants that affection in return and that warmth in return, but it's almost like it's just going to happen when you're so warm and giving. Hope you enjoyed this video. The next one up is Virgo, so an earth sign, and that will round out the first 6 signs of the zodiac. But let me know in the comments if you have this one, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Peace.